Hi guys, welcome to our second lecture for week 4. Today we're going to go through the announcements. We're going to go over the overview for this week. We're going to do a demo of your week 4, publishing and uploading. And then if anybody has any questions or needs some help with any of the prior weeks or this week's stuff, we will take a look at that. I will be in the SSC, the Student Success Center, on Thursday from 8 to 11 p.m. Mountain Time, and on Friday from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Mountain Time. Christy will also be in the SSC this week in the evenings on Thursday and Friday, and on Saturday she is there from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you're having trouble, if something happens and you get caught, go into the SSC. You can see Christy. You can come in to see me. If for some reason it happens to be a time when there's no one there to help you, please send me an email so I can open up my Zoom room. I will be available all day on Saturday. So if you run into trouble and no one is in the SSC to help you, send me an email so I can open up my Zoom room. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Scotty.
Hello.
This week, you are finishing up your project. You're going to publish it and upload the video. The instructions for this week. Open up the document you created in week 3 and make all updates and recommendations from the critique and feedback from previous weeks. Last week, you named your document DS360 2D character animation, your first name, your last name, and you saved it in the folder called DS360 Final Animation. Test the animation to make sure everything's working correctly and there's not any small things you need to make adjustments to or change or anything like that. Then you're going to publish to at least 2 of the following formats: HTML5 Canvas, OAM, SVG, WebGL, or SWF, your SWIFT file. If you choose to output as a SWIFT file, you must also include 2 others, so a total of 3. So do your HTML5 Canvas and then choose one of the other 3. We will walk through how to do those today. Make sure all published files created by Animate are saved in the DS360 file animation first name, last name folder. You have your main animated project in. You need to make sure all the files that produced when you publish get saved into that folder. I'll show you how to do that as well. You can then either upload to your Live Muse Portfolio webpage that is on Business Catalyst, your own personal website if you already have one. You can also upload to YouTube or Behance. And then you're going to submit the URL to the animation for grading. Zip the folder, DS360 Final Animation folder that has all your published files in it, and submit for grading. Okay, we are going to go through the demo real quick. Your final project doesn't take long, I promise. Let me close out these files here. I'm going to open the project we worked on, that I worked on last week, that we'd used to create our demo. Once you have it completed, you tested it, made sure everything is working right. Awesome, it's not working right there. The best tasting coffee. I think I opened up the wrong file. Oh yeah, that says recovered. Just have my sound in it. Nope. Looks like I lost my animation. Yeah, let's fix that real quick. There we go. Now let's test it. Coffee to go, the best tasting coffee ever. Looks like I lost all of my animation. Here. Create motion tween real quick. Let me fix this real quick, guys. Oops. Okay. Coffee to go, the best tasting coffee ever. Yep, that works. Okay, now that my animation is back. Okay, you're gonna open your file, test it, make sure all your animation is there, all your music plays correctly, and then you're gonna go to File, and you're gonna go to Publish Settings. And it's gonna open this little Publish Settings box here. And this is where you can choose OAM package or the SVG. I'm gonna choose the OAM package. And it's going to ask you post your image. Generate for current frame PNG. Yes, that's fine. And JavaScript HTML, this is publishing as an HTML5 canvas. So you're going to want to make sure that's checked also. And then simply hit publish. And it publishes. If you go into the Finder,
could you mark two of them at the same time, or do you have to do them separate?
You do them at the same time.
Okay. So if I wanted to do the SWF one and the MO whatever one in, I can click them both at the same time.
Yes. I'm going to make a folder here so I can show you exactly what happens since I have so much in that folder. File, save as. Stick it in there. Okay, now I go to File, Publish Settings. First, I'm going to check since I changed its folder location, and if you have to do that because you didn't make a folder last week, and you have to resave it into a new folder, when you go to your Publish Settings, make sure you hit this little folder icon, and make sure it goes into the right folder. As you can see, it does not go into the right folder in mine. So I'm going to hit 360. I want it to publish into this folder. I'm going to hit Save. Make sure JavaScript HTML has a check mark by it, and either OAM or SVG. I'm going to choose OAM, and it's going to generate an image for me so that I can use it on Behance. And then I'm going to hit Publish. Once it's done, I'm going to hit OK. Now, if we look in that folder, you can see my FLA file is here. The HTML file is here. That's the JavaScript file. And this is the actual OAM file. And then it has an images folder where it gave me a cover image to use. And then my sound, of course, has been uploaded into an individual folder. So that's two ways you can do it. Now, if you want to export as a WebGL, all you have to do is go up to Commands and go to Convert to Other Document Formats and choose WebGL in the drop-down. And make sure it's saved in the right folder. And simply hit OK. And that will produce another file that is WebGL. And there's your WebGL file. Now then, you also have to export it as a video in order to upload it unless you're putting it on a website. If you're putting it on a website, you can use the OAM file. If you're putting it on your Muse website that's on Business Catalyst, you can use the OAM file. But if you're uploading to YouTube or Behance, you're going to need to generate a video file. First thing you need to do is go back to frame 1. If you have any sound on frame 1, you want to move it to frame 2. Sound has to start on frame 2. Because in JavaScript, Java starts counting at 0, meaning our frame 1 in JavaScript is actually 0. So, but an audio file starts at 1. So when you try and convert this to video, JavaScript will automatically take out the sound because the video that you're formatting it to starts at 1. So it gets rid of frame 0. So if your sound starts there, it will not be exported to the video. So to quickly move it to frame 2, all you have to do is click in frame 1 so that that one frame is highlighted and hover over it. You see your cursor changes to a little white box that has dotted lines. Hold your mouse button down and simply drag that frame to frame 2. And frame 1 will now be empty, and frame 2 will show the squiggly lines. And then you go to File, Export, and simply choose export video. It's gonna do a pop-up box and convert video in Adobe Media Encoder. Those of you that are on a Mac will not have a single problem doing this because you already have QuickTime downloaded to your computer. Those of you that are on a Windows computer, if you do not already have QuickTime downloaded, Google QuickTime for Windows and download it. It doesn't take very long and it's free, but that is how Media Encoder converts a MOV file to an MP3 file. And I'm going to choose Browse, make sure I'm in the right folder. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm going to choose Export. We'll give it a second because it's going to have to open up my Media Encoder. Now, if you're uploading to Behance, most of the time you don't have to actually go through this step because Behance will accept a .mov file, but YouTube will not accept a .mov file. It has to be an MP3. Behance won't take a Swift file. But technically, no. Swift used to be all the rage because, you had to have a little Flash plugin to view it on any website. Well, we're getting away from that since digital media has become such a huge thing, and there's so much UI and UX involved. When a user has to have a plugin installed in order to view something, that drops your UI and UX down to not very good because everyone hated having to get in that little message that said your Flash plugin is not up to date. Please update. And on and on and on it went. Well, now using WebGL, OAM, you don't have to have those plugins. They will automatically play with HTML5. So the standard now is HTML5 so that you don't have to have plugins. Okay, once your Media Encoder opens, I have a few things in here I need to get rid of. Come on, finish up. There you go. Once your file opens, you will see your file right here. Yours will probably only have one in it. Mine has a few. Let me get rid of these. You will see your file over on the right-hand side. You will see all these little blue words. They're links. You can click on them. Click on the little drop down next to Custom. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll find the YouTube options. I'm going to do a 480p standard instead of an HD because it will make a smaller file and it'll be quicker to upload. And then you're going to hit the play button in the top right-hand corner. You will see your video appear in the output preview down at the bottom as it compresses it and changes it into an MP4 instead of a MOV file. Once it's done, a check mark will appear on the right-hand side and you're finished. You can close Media Encoder. You don't have to do anything else with it. And if you go back to your Finder, you will then find an MP4 file. You will also see the .mov file. Now, to upload to Behance, all you have to do is click on your Creative Cloud icon. On a Mac, it's located at the top right-hand side of your screen. On a Windows, it is at the bottom with the little drop-down button next to your clock. you will find your Creative Cloud in there. If you do not see it in either place, then you need to go to your applications in your Finder on a Mac or into your libraries folder, into your program files on a Windows, and find your actual Creative Cloud application and open it up and sign in. It's a red folder and it simply says Adobe Creative Cloud. Once you have it open and you're signed in, let me move this, there we go. Now it's an individual window. You can click on Community and it will bring you to your Behance account. You simply click Add Work. And it will open up whatever your Behance account where you see all of your stuff. And then you click Add Work again. Just like any other project that you have put in here, I'm going to click Upload Files and go through the little wizard. Again, Behance will take a MOV file or an MP4 file. So you can decide which one you want to use. I usually do it by size, because the smaller the size, the faster it'll upload. In my case, I believe the MP4 is the smallest out of the two. Let's take a look. My MP4 is 2.8 gigabytes. And my MOV file is 107.2 megabytes. It's a lot bigger. I'm going to choose the MP4 file because it'll be smaller. It'll load quicker, which is good UX, UI. And I'm going to hit Open. It's going to load it in here. It's going to give you this little message. I'm simply going to hit Save. Continue, and it's gonna say give your project a title. I'm gonna do copy to go animation, and it's gonna ask for a picture. I'm gonna click upload. Remember, when we did OAM, it automatically gave us a picture. So I'm gonna hit open. I'm going to play with the size until I get a picture I like. There we go. I'm going to hit crop and continue. And then it's going to ask you create a field. How would you categorize this project? Well, it is graphic design and it's animation. So I'm going to choose those two and hit done. Tools used. Adobe Illustrator. Adobe Animate CC. Done. Oh, actually, I used Audition in this too. Adobe Audition and hit done. Copyright, license, attribute, non-commercial, that's fine. Content, it doesn't contain any adult content. Display, Behance, discoverability. I'm not going to do any project descriptions or anything like that on mine because this isn't professional. This is my teacher account. So I keep all of this out of the keywords. So I'm simply going to hit publish. On yours, if you want to add some keywords in there, animation advertisement, that sort of thing, you should, because you guys need to get your name out there and have people follow you. This is the website address you're going to paste in the comments box. Simply copy it, and in the comments box underneath where you attach your folder, you're going to paste this website address. And you're going to test your movie, of course. Coffee to go, the best tasting coffee ever. Make sure it works. Everything's good. And then you're done. That's it for week 4. Any questions, guys?
Not right now, I don't. I mean, basically, we're just going to publish it and then make it to our Behance website and then send you the URL along with a zip folder of all our files.
Right, you're going to turn in that zip file. You're going to zip your folder, your final folder, after you have it all in here. You're going to zip that final folder that contains your FLA and all the published files. And you're going to turn that zip folder in along with the web address to where this animation is on your Behance account.
Okay. And I got the sound and everything in on mine, but can't hear the sound effects. How do you turn the volume down on the background song?
Okay, so you need to quiet your background sound. Okay, we'll do that. So that is it for the demo. Mary, any questions?
No questions on what to do this week, but I still have problems, so.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And Scotty, you can go first.
Okay, let me go back to the beginning.
Oh yeah, your background music's just a little loud, isn't it? I can't hear any of your music now. I think your mic must not be working again.
For some reason, my system has been acting weird the last couple days, and I don't know if it's because I need to do a cleanup on my system or what, but...
Okay, well, what you need to do first is you need to open Adobe Audition.
All right, Adobe. Yeah, I just barely installed this, I think, earlier this morning.
Okay, now over in the left-hand panel where it says Files, oh, you can get rid of that little box, yeah. Over in the left, click your little folder icon right underneath Files. Now find your background sound. Oh yeah, it's really loud. Okay, now you see all those little green waves there in the center of your screen. You see that little pop-up box that's up there? That is the volume. You want to turn it down. That's up. Turn it the other direction. Turn it down. There we go. Now you have another volume control right beside it. You see the little lines right there? Yeah, hold your mouse button down and drag back to the left just a little bit. There we go. So now you're simply going to go to File and go to Save. At the top. You'll go to the very top of your screen. And now you're going to go back to Animate. the layer that your background sound is on. Do you already have your sound on your desktop somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Click frame 1.
What was that?
Unlock it and click in frame 1. Hit the delete key. Delete it. Sometimes sound will delete, sometimes it won't. Just delete layer 2 and make a new layer. Now then, you're going to go to your library and you're going to delete your sound file from your library first before you import it again. Trash can icon at the bottom. Okay, there you go. Now import it again. Now then, go to frame 1 and insert a keyframe. Now drag your sound to your stage so it starts in frame 2. Now hold your control key down and hit enter. Your mic is not responding again. Can you hear your sound effects now?
Yeah, music I think is still a little too loud.
Okay, then just go back to Audition, turn it down some more, and just do that all over again.
Okay.
And just save it. Make your keyframe in frame 1. Now pull out your sound. And test it.
Alright. That's better.
Yes, that's a lot better.
Except for I noticed that on certain parts of my animation, it slowed it down.
And that's probably your internet connection.
Probably. All right. So basically, since I got that all working, I just submit this for week 3, and then I publish it, right?
You submit this for week 3, do your publishing, and make a new video for this week.
I make a new video.
Say that again.
You said make a new video?
You have to upload it to either Behance or YouTube, so it has to be exported like a video, like I did at the end of our demo there.
Okay, I'll have to rewatch that again. And that while I do it, because I'll have it like up on one part of the screen while I have it on the other screen, and I'll.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, Marianne, let's take a look.
Okay. You got me right in the middle of trying to figure out how to remove these back frames. And for some reason, it's not working. Frame. What? There we go. Okay. All right. 2 problems I'm having. One, I made a copy of my original person, right? For my last, well, next to last scene where she's walking across the stage as a graduate. My stage just completely disappeared.
What scene, what background is supposed to be there? The original background? That background. You just need to extend.
No, the only thing that's supposed to be there is the stage part.
Oh, that's because you see where those frames are? They start at 1 and they only go to frame 105. You need to move that whole thing down to where it's supposed to be. So highlight those frames again on that layer. And just move it down to where it's supposed to be.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Edit undo.
Okay, so I made a duplicate of my original, right? And I wanted her to have the long body to look like a graduation gown,
Right.
so that when she's walking across the stage, right?
Right.
Well, it changed not only when I edited the copy, the one that I duplicated, it changed both of them.
You didn't duplicate the piece that you were manipulating. You duplicated your
the
body.
whole body.
You need to get inside that and duplicate the symbol that is her gown now. That makes sense.
Okay. What I did is I took the body, the original body.
Yeah, double click the body. Let's figure out what piece it is.
Okay.
Double click the little icon next to it, that little thumbnail icon. There you go. Now click on her. Yeah.
It's the torso.
It's the torso. Go back 1 or go back 1.
Go back 1, I'm just on the body.
Go to your library panel and find your movie clip for your torso and duplicate it.
Go where? What? The what?
Your library. Go over to your library and find the torso movie clip. Right there. Duplicate it. And torso copy is fine. You can call it whatever you want. Now then,
Okay.
graduate. Actually, fix it in your body first. Go over to your body and rescale that shirt the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, that's the other thing is the mouth. It
There you go. Okay, now go over and double click on your graduate. Oh, your
where's
mouth.
yeah, the mouth is also supposed to be
So it's the head
good.
it's the head you need to duplicate. Her mouth is part of her head, the head symbol.
Right.
Okay, so you need to duplicate that head symbol first.
Okay.
Now change the mouth to what you want it to look like on her regular body. Okay, now go into your graduate symbol.
Can I close this one?
That's your regular body symbol. So go over to your libraries panel and double click on the graduate symbol. Okay, so now go to your properties panel. And click on her torso. Yeah, there's the torso. You want to switch that torso to the torso copy. Hit OK. And then her mouth, her head needs to switch to the head copy. So now go back to scene 1. And go back a scene and make sure she switches the way she's supposed to.
No.
Okay.
At least the torso didn't.
Double click on that symbol. Double click on her. Oh, no, back in the further scene. That character is something besides the body. Double click on her. Just go up to
This
your
one?
just go to your overboard and double click on that. And that's called the still body. Okay, go in, go back one, go up to the top and click on still body. Now go to your properties panel and swap the torso. Wait. The torso should be correct now. Maybe we just need to fix the, no, the torso copy is the graduation gown. But I thought we fixed this. In the body, it was called the torso too, right? Go back to your libraries panel and double click on your steel body. Double click that one now. Change, zoom in there and change her shirt size. You can hold your option key down and it'll scale just the bottom of it.
I'm on Windows.
Alt key. There you go. Now in your libraries panel, just highlight the body. Graph the body movie clip. Yeah, she's right. Okay, now go back to scene 1 and test it. They all should be right now, I think. You can just hit your rewind button at the bottom. It'll automatically take you back to frame 1, the first one on the left. Okay. Right there.
That's the other problem I'm having, and I'll talk to you about it in a second.
And you have a bunch of empty scenes. You're going to need to get rid of all those empty frames at the end. So you
Well,
don't.
yeah, that's part of that's part of it.
Yeah, what you're going to do, is click off that. Click somewhere. Okay, now you're going to go back to that frame. You're going to click and hold your mouse button down, and you're going to highlight all the way backwards and up. Go up at the same time.
Whoops. My mouse doesn't like to cooperate sometimes.
There you go. Now right click and remove frames. There you go.
Okay.
It looks like you have one more frame down there on the body layer. There's an empty frame right there at the end. See it? You need to click in that last frame in the body layer right there and remove that frame. There you go.
Okay. Now, the music. Obviously, I got my sound pretty much where I wanted. I still have to do a voiceover, but I put a stop. I thought I put a stop here to make the footsteps stop, where I wanted her to sit down, and it didn't stop.
Is that what you're trying to stop right there? Is your sound?
Yeah.
Okay, click right there. Go up to, actually, that needs to be on a separate layer. You need to remove that. Oh, it's that you want to stop, isn't it?
That's the action that I want to stop.
Oh, you want to stop the action.
No, I want to stop the music, but I put an action script in to stop the music there.
You can't do this dot stop to stop sound. You have to do this dot JS sound dot stop.
What?
This
Zip.
dot JS sound with a capital S dot stop. I think it's, I must have been, I'm remembering that right. It's been forever since I stopped sound. This dot JS, or is it dot JS sound? Hold sound. Let's create JS. Create JS. Create JS dot sound dot stop. Okay, it's this dot create JS dot sound dot stop, 2 parentheses, and a semicolon.
Like that?
Like that. Now, though, that's going to stop all your sound at that point. So
I don't want it to stop all my sound. I just want it to stop that sound.
test it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to stop all of it. And you have to test it in your browser for it to work. It won't work when you test it in Animate. So hold down your control key and enter. There you go.
No, it didn't stop it at all.
Didn't stop any of the sound?
No, it's the footsteps that I'm trying to stop. And then how do I stop the whole animation from looping again?
The easiest way to do it would be to take those footsteps into Audition and shorten that sound wave. So it's the exact.
I did. It's shortened. If you look, it stops. There is no more sound on that line after that point.
Well, it looks like it stops in Animate, but it truly doesn't. It's just squished together so it fits in that frame, but it still plays at the rate that the original soundtrack was. If you pull it into Audition, it's going to be a lot longer than, does that say 5 seconds, 6 seconds? How long is it?
205.
At the bottom. See where it says at the very bottom of your timeline, down by your slider?
Yeah.
What's the second mark there? What's it say?
6.5.
6.5. So we need to shorten that sound wave to 6.5 seconds. Do you have Audition downloaded?
Yes.
Open it up real quick. It'll only take a second.
Where is it?
There it is.
I'm so not used to using it that I don't know it's. There it is.
For shortening sound waves, it's really simple.
That's how I fixed my sound, was in Audition.
Yeah.
Because earlier you couldn't hear the footsteps, or yesterday you couldn't hear the footsteps at all. Now you can hear them. I just can't stop them.
Animate really controlling sound with the new JavaScript. It's not even technically, it is JavaScript, but it's not pure JavaScript. And controlling sound in Animate is very difficult using script. It can be done. Your this.js should be working, but it may be because you have it on the same line. Technically, ActionScript is supposed to be on a separate layer with a keyframe where you want it to work. Okay, so open your footsteps. Okay. Yeah, this lasts a really long time. .5 seconds. You see you have a timeline at the top.
Yeah, I see it.
You want to go to 6.5 or thereabouts, right in there. Now you're going to go up to right underneath that red line. Go down just a little bit. And right in there is good. Now, move your mouse button down just a tad. You're going to highlight just like text. But you have to go right underneath that little blue thing. There you go. And hit your delete key. And then just save it. Now go back to animate and erase that sound. And you need to erase the old sneakers on concrete out of there. It looks like in your libraries panel, you have two sneaker sounds. Which one is the right one? You still have sound in those layers. There you go. Now, import. Yeah, just pull that out to your stage. Click in your right layer first. You have to pull it to your stage, not your timeline.
Not quite long enough.
Now test it. You pulled it out there, test it.
But it's not quite long enough.
It looks that way, but test it.
It's not quite long enough.
How much longer does it need to be? We can't hear the sound. When you're playing it, we can't hear your sound.
Really?
Yeah. So
It needs.
it looks like
It needs.
it looks like we didn't erase too much. So go back to Audition. This is the original one. Yeah, maybe go to about right there and try that one.
There we go. Okay. That one should be long enough.
Yeah, test it just to make sure it's not too long again.
Okay.
Okay, now at the end of this, you need to repeat your little sign for Independence University at the end. Since they only
That's what I intend to do.
okay, since they only get to see it for that brief time. And
That's
you
what the,
actions,
that's what the,
yeah, you need to remove that action script too, so it doesn't cause you any trouble when you try to export.
that's what the end frames were. The blank up here. Ah,
Yeah, you can just add a keyframe on one of those and re-add that sign in there.
yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Um, how do I get it to not loop?
Say that again.
How do I get it to not loop, not to go back to the beginning and start over again?
You do that in your publish settings.
Okay.
Box
So that,
that's loop timeline, just uncheck it.
and I don't understand how to do transitions.
You did okay with transition right there.
Okay.
You've got more of a chronological, this is my life kind of animation going on. And so you transitioning from one thing to another is not a major issue because you're just stepping into another part of that person's life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The way you have transitioned it is kind of a storytelling, and it kind of works for your animation. Sometimes it works just being able to transition from one thing to another, and sometimes it doesn't. In your case, it works just fine. Now you saw in mine, when I did transition, I faded out a screen into a new screen.
Right.
But in your case, you've got this chronological, this is my life. So it works. You flip it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and just erase that. There we go.
All right. I got a couple of other things that I got to throw in, a couple of tweaks I want to make, and then I will upload it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Marianne, see you later.
Bye.
Hi, Jarena. You can share your screen with me. Okay, Jarena, your email said you were having trouble with your voiceover.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, a voiceover. I tried to download it last night. It just said an error, Adobe or something. So, and then I
Okay.
never got back to it.
Okay. Did you do an audition?
Yeah.
Okay, open it up.
Animate.
Open audition so I can see the file you were working with. Is it giving you an error in audition or is it giving you an error in animate?
I think it was Adobe, but it might work now. I don't know.
Okay, try to.
I had got this error last night, but I haven't tried it since. I just put Adobe Edition and then I got this.
Okay, we'll try to import the file to animate. Do you have the sound file on your computer? Did you save it in audition?
No, I just got the one we downloaded yesterday. The sound, the music, that's the only thing I got on here.
Okay, and that's not giving you an error. Now, did you move this sound to your stage? onto a layer on your stage? I know you moved it to your library, but did you actually put it on your stage? Because when I tested your assignment earlier, there was no sound.
No.
Okay, at the very top of your layers panel on your timeline, you need to make a new layer. So you're gonna go all the way to the right, that's fine. Now you're gonna go over to your sound in your library panel. First, make a keyframe in frame 1 because you need to start on frame 2.
Keyframe.
Click in frame 1 of the layer 1 layer. See the layer that says layer 1? Go out to frame 1 and click in it. You have to click in frame 1. Go over to your timeline and click in frame 1. On the layer 1 layer, click in frame 1. There you go. Now right click and insert keyframe. Now go over to your libraries panel and grab your dark hallway MP3 file and drag it to your stage. Drop it. There you go. There's your sound. Now open Audition.
Oh no.
Go up to your Creative Cloud at the top.
Creative Cloud.
At the very top, click on your Creative Cloud icon up there next to Help. Right there. Oops. Click on it again. Go down to Apps. See at the top where it says Apps right there, that box. And find Adobe Audition.
I have to install it.
Okay, what did you do your voiceover on?
I tried to download it from Adobe. I didn't know it was in here though. It might take a long time for it to start download.
Yeah, you're gonna have to install that. Or you can do your voiceover on GarageBand. You probably have GarageBand.
Is that in here too, GarageBand?
Go to your Finder. GarageBand should already be on your computer. Your two little blue faces down in your bottom menu bar. Down there next to your launcher icon. Yeah, there you go. Click on Applications on the left-hand side.
Oh, it's Finder. Too many files. Application.
Oops. Okay. Scroll down and see if you have a program in here called GarageBand. There's iTunes, there's Chrome, Messages. Let me open my Finder and see where it's located.
Yeah, I know my internet is going to take a long time unless I find some place where I can get high-speed internet.
Yeah.
Download it.
I have GarageBand is right next to my font folder. You do not have GarageBand on your computer.
Yeah.
You have to download it too, so it's easiest just to download Audition. So yes, you need to download and install Audition, and then work on your voiceover just like I did the demo on that lecture. And I will be here tomorrow. We're going to meet tomorrow too.
Okay. One more thing. Oh, you talking about the motion twins and the, I never used that yet, the shapes.
Right. Well, you need to have motion twins. You don't necessarily have to have a shape twin, but you need motion twins.
Oh, okay. Maybe I could just do a little red.
your scene 1, you need to do something with her, but like your other scenes with the path, you can show her walking down the path, that sort of thing. She needs to do something in each scene. So in this scene, you can have her appear on the page, like fade in, or you can have her slide into the screen.
Mm.
You know, something like that.
Okay. Mm.
So let's say in scene 1, do you want her to fade in or do you want her to slide in? I would say you have her fade in.
Yeah, I could try something like, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna go down and find your scene 1 layer that has a little red on it. So find your first little red layer. It's gonna be down at the bottom of your layers panel. There it is, little red one. Unlock that layer. Now go up and click on her on your artboard. So you select her. And then right click and create motion tween.
Motion pan.
Create motion tween at the very top.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, now go back to frame 1 because right now you're in frame 2. Click in frame 1. Click in frame 1. Now then, click on her again and go to your properties panel. Actually, yes, click on her, go to your properties panel. It's over on the right. Yeah, click your properties tab right there. Go down and click in frame 1 again. Now, in your properties panel, click on her, on your stage, click on her and select her again. Now, in your properties panel, see where it says color effects?
Yes, color effects.
Yeah, click that little button so it opens up that panel. See where it says style? Click that drop down and choose alpha. And change the alpha to 0. Now go out and click in frame 30. Actually, no, click in frame 50. On your timeline, click in frame 50.
Oh.
On your little red layer, right there, click in frame 50. Somewhere right there, just click. Now, on your artboard, click where she's invisible and change the alpha to 100. Make her 100. There you go. Now, go down to your timeline and see that little red box that's on 50, grab it and drag it back to frame 1. Go up to the top to where it says 50. See the little red box? Drag it back to 1 and you can see your animation. There was the animation for your first scene. So now you're going to go out to where your second scene starts. So click in frame 72, 73. See that next keyframe, the little black dot?
Yeah.
Click there. So now these people have to do something. I would probably make them come on the screen, one from the right, one from the left, and they meet in the middle. So you're going to unlock those layers. Little Red and Mom, they both need to be animated. Unlock your mom layer. Now click on your Little Red Riding Hood layer, character on your stage. Click on Little Red Riding Hood. And drag her off to the right hand side of your stage. all the way off the stage into the gray area. So you can't see her right there. Now do the same to mom. Drag her to the left. There you go. Now, right click on top of mom and do create motion tween. Oops, you have her partway on the stage. You need to move her back some.
Oh.
You can right click on the basket. Create motion tween. Now scroll over in your timeline so we can see some more frames. Just scroll over a little bit. Use that little scroll bar at the bottom. Yeah, just move it over just a little bit more. All right, oh, back just a little bit, right there. Okay, let's say go to frame 110. Click in frame 110 on your mom layer. And bring mom onto the stage. Okay, so Red Riding Hood and choose select her and then right click on top of her. Nope, leave her back over there. You have to make her to a motion tween too. Move her back off your stage. Right click, create motion tween.
Oops.
Now go out to frame 130. Click on frame 130 on your little red layer.
130.
And bring her onto the stage to meet mom. So there's the animation for that scene. And then you're going to go out to your next scene. So go to your next black dot on your timeline.
Hold on 1 second, Missy.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Now you're going to go out to your next scene. That's going to be the next little black dot on your timeline. Right there. So we're going to make her walk down that path. So you're going to unlock the little red layer. You're going to have to scroll up some so you can see that layer. On your sidebar, scroll up. That's your green layer. That's where your trees and stuff are.
Oh, right here.
You need to scroll up in your timeline. You need to go up. No, not out, up. Use the scroll bar on the right.
Understand.
Look at the scroll bar on the right side of your timeline. Not at the bottom, on the right side. Scroll back over so you can see frame 120, so you can see your next scene. Scroll back over some more until you find it right. Scroll over some more, right there. Now go up to frame 220. Now look to the right. See that scroll bar?
Yeah.
Grab that scroll bar and drag it up some. See the scroll bar to the right, on the right side there after 225? No, on the right side, not the bottom. That's the bottom. Go to the right. There you go. Now scroll up. Okay, there's your little red layer. It's little red 3. You need to unlock it. And then you need to click on her. And now you're going to take her and you're going to move her all the way to the back of that path. The white path. Move her all the way back there. And you're going to scale her down, make her smaller. Don't hold your shift key or your option key, just make her small. She needs to be tiny back there. Keep going. Keep going. Are you holding down your option key?
No.
You need to be smaller than that. Make her smaller. And move her back further. And make her smaller. She's still too big compared to those trees. She needs to be tiny. There you go. And in there if you need to, so it'll help you scale. See at the top where it says 100%, top right hand corner?
Yeah.
Change that to 400%. Now scale her down and make her small. There you go. Now move her to the end of that path. Now right click on her and do create motion tween. And grab your black arrow instead of your transform tool. It'll be easier to move her.
The black tool.
Your black arrow.
No.
Move your animate over so you can see your toolbar on the right hand side. Your whole animate screen. No, not your stage. Your whole animate program needs to be moved over to the right. You have a toolbar hidden over there on the right hand side next to your properties box. To the right of the properties box is a
Over
tool.
here.
No, further to the right. On over to the right. You need to move animate over. You have it hanging off your screen.
Mm.
There you go. Your black arrow. Grab your black arrow. Okay, now you're going to go out to frame 210. Click in frame 210. On your little red 3 layer. Now grab your symbol and drag it down your path. Grab your little red riding hood on your stage. Bring her to the bottom of your screen on the path.
Oh, I'm gonna zoom back out.
Well, you don't want to zoom back out too much because you won't be able to see her. Just pull her down to the bottom and then we'll zoom out some more and pull her again. Now you can probably zoom out and see her a little better. Zoom out to like 200.
Up here.
Now grab her, click on her. Not the orange line. You have to click on her, not that little orange line. So click on her feet. There you go. Now drag her down some more. Now scroll down so you can see some more of your stage. And pull her the rest of the way. Well, actually, you want her to stop right there, don't you? No, we can make her move off the stage. Keep pulling her down. Right there. Okay, now we need to manipulate your actual motion path. So scroll back up. Okay, you see where that first curve is supposed to be? Go hover over that orange line. With your cursor, with your mouse, go over to that orange line. You see how it turns and go up to where it curves. See where the path curves? Go up to the point in that orange line where the path curves. No, that's not far, that's too far. Come down a little bit, about right there. Hold your mouse button down and drag the path over to that curve. Looks like we need to go back, we can fix that a little bit. Release your mouse button. Go up and click on that third dot on the orange, see the orange line? Click on the third dot. Double click that third dot. Now see if it'll let you grab it and move it. No, it's moving the whole path. Edit undo and grab your white arrow. Edit undo first. Undo. Now double click on that third dot. Double click on it. Now grab that dot and see if it'll let you move it. Nope, you're moving the whole thing still. Go back, edit, undo. Okay, go back to frame 170. Click in frame 170 on the little red layer. Actually, I think that's not far enough. Go back to frame 160. Click in frame 160. You'll try 155. $150. That's better. Grab your black arrow. Now go hover over that orange line right behind her. Behind her. Deselect everything.
All right.
No, just select her. Select her feet. Instead of the orange line, select her feet.
Oops. I messed up.
Okay, now go hover over that orange line that's behind her. It's down by the trees. Dorina, grab your black arrow. Now go to the line that's behind her, the orange line that's behind her. You're in front of her right now. Go behind her. Further back. No, I don't want you to click on the line. I just want you to hover over it. Select her again.
What are we doing?
Her feet. You can't click on there. You go. Now, black arrow. Now hover over the line behind her.
This one?
Up one dot. Right there. Now hold your mouse button down and drag that to the curve. Keep going. Keep going until that line is on the curve. Go up. You're pulling it down. Go back up and pull it over. Over, over. Now to the right. You're going up now. I want you to go to the right. That's to the left.
Oops.
Some more. Some more. Right there. Release your mouse button. Did it actually move? Or go down to your timeline and right click right where your red line is. Go to your timeline, right click right on top of that red line. Right click and do insert keyframe. And try that again. Right click, insert keyframe and choose all. You're in the wrong layer.
Oh, that's why. We were on the forest one. This one.
The blue one. No, you need to be where the blue layers are and right click right where that red line is. You have the wrong layer selected. Click on the little red 3 layer. Now go out to where the red line is and right click. Insert keyframe. You're going to have to click first where that red line is. It's because you accidentally deselected it. Click where that red line is right there. Click. Now, oh, wrong layer again. There you go. Right click, insert keyframe, and choose all. Okay, now then go out to frame 160. Okay, now go up and grab her and drag her back to the path where she's supposed to be. Drag her over right there. Now release. So far, so good. Go out to frame 180. And grab her and drag her back to the center of that path. Oh, edit, undo. Undo one more time. Yeah, there you go. We need to make a keyframe there. Go down and click on your red line. Yes, and right click, insert keyframe, all. Now go out to frame 180. Now grab her and move her back to the center of your path where she's supposed to be. There you go. Now scroll down so we can see the rest of your stage, just to make sure all that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now go back out to frame 210. Click in frame 210. That little black dot that's there. No, the little black dot. Right there. Yeah, click on that black dot. There we go. Now scroll down so you can see her on your stage. And now you're going to make her bigger. So grab your transform tool and scale her so she's bigger. Click her, scale her so she's the size she's supposed to be. There we go.
Do you want me to make the path smaller?
No, that's fine right there. So now that's that scene. Follows that path and it looks like she's walking down it. So now go to your next scene, which is your next black dot. On your time, your next black dot at the end of that scene, the next black dot. There you go. That brings you to the next scene. So you have a path again. So you're going to zoom out. At the top, zoom back to 100%.
It's too small.
Okay, now what is she supposed to do in this scene?
Mm, uh,
She's supposed to walk to the house?
yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna start her at the end of the path and you're gonna walk her up to the house. Go to 100% instead of 50%. Okay, so move her over to the path, unlock the little red layer.
This one. Little red 3.
Nope, you've already done that one. You should have a little red 4 layer. It's gonna be up, not down. Right there. Unlock that. Click on her on your stage. That's not her. She's not on that layer. Scroll down some. That's your next scene, I think. Scroll down. Go back to your dot. Find your dot. Scroll down. Down, not up. Keep going. Right there. Go back to that layer. See that layer with the black dot? For your next scene, unlock that layer. It's going to be your background layer right above little red 3. Unlock that layer. Click on her and select her. Now that's your background, not her. Go up to the next background layer and unlock it. And click on her. Turn off the little eye icon next to background. Do you have her all in that layer maybe? Nope. Turn that back on. Turn off the background layer above that. Yeah, turn off that one. There's nothing on that layer. No, turn that back on. We have to do it one by one until we figure out what layer she's on.
Yeah.
Unlock everything. That's the easiest way to do it. Hit your lock icon. At the very top, click the lock icon. Click it again. Now select her. There she is. She's in the wrong place on her timeline. Right click and create motion tween. Now move her over to your path. Right there. Now scroll over on your timeline so we can see some more of your frames. So at the bottom, scroll over. We need to see frame 240. Scroll over to frame 240. Scroll over a little bit more. Right there. Oh, too far. Go back some. Oh, too much. Go back forward a little bit. Right. Oh, too much. I want to see all of those frames. Go back just a little bit. Other direction. Keep going a little bit more. Right there. Okay, she needs to walk down that path. So let's go to frame 270. And grab her and drag her all the way down to the house. We'll edit her path in just a minute. Just drag her all the way down to the door. And make her smaller. black arrow so you can easily move her. Okay, so now we need to edit her path. So go back to frame 260. Go back to frame 245. She's good there. Go to frame 250. She's still good there. Try 255. And she starts getting off right there. So right click, create keyframe all. Insert keyframe all. Now grab her and move her back to the middle of that path. Move her to the right just a little bit. You can use your arrow keys. Use your arrow key to bump her to the right just a little bit. On your keyboard, click the arrow that points to the right. There we go, right there. Now go out to frame 270 and click in frame 270 again. See the green path right in front of her? Hover over it. Go about halfway. Come down some. Right there. Grab it and drag it over so it makes a curve. Keep going so it's on that path. Keep going. Right there. Okay. And then go down to frame 270 and right click and do insert keyframe all. Now go out to frame 293. It's at the very end there. Yeah. And click on her on your stage. Click on her one time. And that's the third. And click on her again. Go down and click in frame 293 again. Oh, you deselected her. Go back up and select her. Not the path, her. There you go. Now go over to color effects. Choose the drop down, choose alpha. We want to make her look like she disappears into that house. Change it to 0. Now go back and click on frame 270. And click on her on your artboard, on your stage. Select her. Change the alpha to 100. There we go. So there's that scene. So now go out and click in frame 294. $294. Now scroll down until you find the black dot that matches that scene. Or actually, you can just click on her, select her, and do create motion tween. Right click on top of her, create motion tween. And then drag her off to the, actually you need to go back one frame. You need to click in frame 294. See that black dot on her layer right there? There you go. Now drag her off to the right side of the artboard. You can do her just like you, no, I mean the left. Do her just like you did Mom and her at the beginning. And click on the wolf and right click, create motion tween. Move him off to the left. Now on your timeline, scroll over so we can see some more of your frames in the blue layer so that you can see that frame 320. Keep going. Oh, too far. See, the end of it is right there. We want to see if we can get them all in there so I can see them all. Scroll back just a little bit. Right there. So go out to frame 340. Yeah, click on frame 340 and click on Little Red Riding Hood and bring her to the grass. And then click on frame 355 and click on the wolf and bring him to the grass. Like that. So now go out and click in frame 366 so you can get to your next scene. And so now what I would do is maybe move her into the screen from the right and maybe fade in the wolf. So you're going to click on her and create motion tween and pull her off to the right-hand side, I mean the left-hand side. And scroll over on your timeline so we can see some more of your frames. Keep going, right there. And go out to frame 405. And drag her onto, well, actually go back to frame 395. Drag her onto the screen to where she's supposed to be. And then click on your wolf and create motion tween. And now go down to your timeline and right click on that red line on the wolf layer. Nope, wrong layer. Click on that red line in your wolf layer. Click on the red line right there. Click. Insert keyframe. You have to click there first. Click on the red line first. Now right click. Insert keyframe. It's still not letting you. Click on your wolf on your stage. Now go down and right click. Insert keyframe. No, on your timeline to the red line. Right click, insert keyframe. Okay, deselect everything, click in gray space. Now on the Wolf 2 layer, go out and click on the red line. Don't click there, no, no, no. Deselect again, click in gray space. Now go down to the timeline for the Wolf 2 layer and click on the red line. There you go. Now right click, insert keyframe. Oh. Okay, now go out to frame 410. Click your wolf. Go over to color effects and change the style to alpha. And change the percent to 100. Now go back to frame 395 in the wolf layer. Wrong layer. And click on your wolf. Change the alpha to 0. Now go back to frame 365 and the wolf layer. And change the alpha. Click on him, click on your wolf, and change the alpha to 0. There we go. Okay, so test it. Hold your command key down and hit enter. No, hold your command key down and hit enter.
Oh, man. What's up? Oh.
Your command is down by your space bar. Command enter.
Now we have to go back.
Your command key on your keyboard, right next to your space bar. Hold it down and then hit your enter key.
Oops. Oh, I got there.
Oh no, that's what we wanted.
Oh. Oh, it's nice. Oh.
You can close it. You can close that tab. Little tab there that says 360. From the X to
It's nice. Animation.
tabs and Chrome across the top. Hit the little X next to the last
I cannot even hear you.
right there. Click on it. Then click on the X again. We have to make it stop. We have to close the tab that's open.
Oh.
In Chrome. But in Chrome. Pull it back up. See the little tab that says DS360? Yeah, there you go. Now it stopped.
It was nice and cute. I like it.
Yeah, you just need to finish out your timeline and adding that little animations to it, little motion swings. You only have a few scenes left. So you're going to complete those and then you can resubmit it for week 3 and then use it to do your week 4.
Yeah.
And I will be here. Zoom will be open tomorrow if you need more help. At 3 p.m. Mountain Time, I will open the room again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Scotty, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just waiting for you to tell me when class was over.
Okay. Well, we'll be here at 3 p.m. tomorrow. If you guys need some more help, you can come in then and we'll take care of it. Okay, guys?
Okay.
All right, guys. Good night.
Good night. See you later.
Be sure you save that, Dorina.
Huh?
Be sure you hit save and you save that so you don't lose anything.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you later. And Christy is in the SSC tonight. If you need help, she can help you too.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.